This is the solution video for section 2.2, problem number 4. Find the points on the curve y equals 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 12x plus 20, where the tangent line is parallel to the x-axis. All right, so tangent is parallel to the x-axis. All right, so let's think about the x-axis. What is the x-axis? Well, the x-axis, of course, is this horizontal line, right? So if it's a horizontal line, that means it has a slope of 0. So if the tangent is going to be parallel to this line, what does that mean? That means that the slope of the tangent is 0. It's the same as the slope of the x-axis. All right, so what does that mean? Well, that means I want to know the points or the values of x on which this function has a tangent line with a slope of 0. So how do we do that? Well, we find the derivative first. So dy dx is equal to, well, what's the derivative? So 2x cubed, that would be 6x squared, minus the derivative of 3x squared is 6x to the first, minus the derivative of 12x is 12, plus the derivative of 20 is 0. Now, this is the derivative. Remember, the derivative is a formula for the slope of the tangent. So what do I want to know? I want to know the points where the slope of the tangent equals 0. In other words, I want to know the values of x for which 6x squared minus 6x minus 12, the derivative, is equal to 0. So now we want to solve. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out a 6. So I have x squared minus x minus 2 equals 0. And so the 6 stays over there, and I'm going to factor this if possible. All right, so x squared minus x minus 2, x minus 2, x plus 1, right? Because negative 2 times x is negative 2x plus 1x gives us the negative 1x in the middle. All right, and so now I can divide everything by 6, and I have x minus 2 equals 0 or x plus 1 equals 0. So what does that mean? X equals 2 or x equals negative 1. Now, notice the directions. It says find the points on the curve. I know the x values where the tangent is parallel to the x-axis, but I don't know the y values. How do I find the y values? Well, I'm going to take y and evaluate it at x equals 2. So 2 times 2 cubed minus 3 times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 20. All right, 2 times 2 cubed. 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, minus 3 times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4, times 3 is 12, minus 12 times 2 is minus 24, plus 20. All right, 16 minus 12 is 4. 4 minus 24 is negative 20, plus 20 is 0. So that means there is a point on y equals at 2 comma 0. All right, then we want to evaluate y at x equals negative 1. So 2 times negative 1 cubed minus 3 times negative 1 squared minus 12 times negative 1 plus 20. All right, 2 times negative 1 cubed. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1, which is negative 1, times 2 is negative 2. Minus 3 times negative 1 squared, that would just be minus 3. Minus 12 times negative 1, that would be plus 12 plus 20. All right, so negative 2 minus 3 gives us negative 5, plus 12 is 7, plus 20 is 27. So there is another point on the curve at negative 1 comma 27 where the tangent line is parallel to the x-axis. So 2, 0 and negative 1, 27 are the 2 points on the curve where the tangent is parallel to the x-axis.